Oh man, my lens is fogging up. Alright, so I am going to do the fuel pump in this guy before it gets too hot. Probably not going to film too much of it because, as you can see, I am in the street in my neighborhood trying to get this done so I can put it in the driveway. So I'm going to get to it. There's plenty of videos out there on YouTube. I just watched several of them myself. They do a really good job of explaining how to do this. Basically, you take off this gas cap, you take off the 3 bolts that are in here, you remove a line that's inside of the trunk in here, and you just take off, I mean, you just do what makes sense. You take off all of the fuel lines. So I got the new fuel pump. It's back there. So I got the fuel pump, fuel filter, and I went ahead and got a grommet for the filler neck. I saw in the videos that that's something that deteriorates and rips. So I'm gonna get this done so I can get this guy running. I did try and start it yesterday and it ran for me for a little bit, so that made me feel pretty good about it. Let me get this done and I'll get back to you guys here in a bit. So I jacked the car up. I decided to use these ramps. Sorry man, I'm fat and I just did some work. I'm out of breath. Okay, so I use these ramps to secure it. These are 315 width. 315, 35, 17s. They're wider than these ramps. But while I have this car up, I wanted to kind of show you guys what's going on with it underneath. It's got a Bassani cat pack. So Bassani mufflers, and I don't know how well you can see under there. I'm trying to get to you, but those are electric cutouts. So it looks like we have 2 inch. I can't really tell, but there is an off-road X pipe. There's no catalytic converters, and we got cutouts. The headers are Cook's headers, Cook's long tubes. This car has been lowered, but I'll go down the list of specs here in a bit. I just wanted to show you mostly the electric cutouts. I thought that was pretty cool. All right guys, let me get to work. Basically I'm undoing this connector, undoing this fuel line, changing out this fuel filter, getting these fuel lines disconnected. There's a disconnecting here. I mean, you get the idea. Disconnecting all the fuel lines and dropping the tank. The tank has straps. There's 2 of them. Hopefully it won't be too hard. All right guys, let me get to work. Okay, it's done. Battery terminal, I didn't tighten down, just kind of put it on, so hopefully it's good. Let's see what happens. I hear a fuel pump. All right, battery's not tight enough. I'm gonna grab just a bunch of different wrenches. 10, 12. Half inch isn't there. Awesome. It's not a 10 or a 12. Let's go with a 13, I guess. We're gonna grab a 14 also. $13 it was. So this is super broken. I'm gonna leave it like that.
Now it's not reading anything. Huh. Well, this isn't cool. Look how broken this is. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get this tight. I don't think I am. There we go. Almost. Here, fuel pump. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the battery terminal is not letting us start it. I'll turn this off and work on it. So I got my girlfriend out here to help me start it. I had to hold the terminal while she cranked it over, but it fired right up. It's idling great. It does have stage 2 cams in it, so I mean it's running a little rough, but that's to be expected. Okay guys, I went and bought some terminals. Sorry for the super not very good filming earlier. It's like 90 something degrees in Texas right now, and I'm really trying to get this car inspected right now before the end of the day, so I was rushing to get it fixed and running, and now I'm rushing to get it inspected. So the AC is blowing but not cold, and the windows don't roll down. So I bought some Freon. I'm going to do that, but after I try and get it inspected on that. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now, guys. I'm looking for, okay, I guess that's the compressor down there. Anyways, okay, so I'm gonna throw these guys on here, and should start right up. I'll turn this back on when I got that done. We got it on. This was the old one. There's the new stuff. Let's see if it starts. It should. Sure did. Okay, let's go get this bad rider inspected. I'll turn this back on after I get my temporary plates. So we just tried to get inspected, didn't pass. So we got 5% tint on the windows, not taking that off. There's a dude that works there, he's a kid. I'll come back another day when he's working. He super doesn't check it. I take my vehicles there all the time. So we're just gonna roll dirty for now. No plates or whatever. It'll be the first time, won't be the last time. So if you have a problem with that, sorry for partying. But yeah, that's what happened. So I'm gonna go back to the house and try to get some Freon in here. Hopefully that'll fix these. I'll turn this thing back on here in a little bit, guys. All right, guys. Well, I know I haven't really gotten down to the specs on this car yet. Let me see if I can bring them up here real quick for you. It's a 2003 Mustang GT. I have 130,000 miles on it. It's got Cook's long tube headers, an off-road X pipe, Bassani mufflers. It's got electronic cutouts. The transmission's been rebuilt with a shift kit, 2800 stall. It's got a 75 shot of nitrous, 10-pound nitrous bottle, American racing wheels. It's been lowered 1.5 inches in front and rear. It's got 315/35 17s in the rear. It's got touchscreen radio and CD, Typhoon intake manifold, stage 2 PI heads, Stage 2 custom ground comp cams, JLT cold air intake, an AccuFab throttle body with plenum, Raxium LED taillights, and it had window louvers on it, but I took them off because the mounting brackets on there were coming off, so I just took it off. I have cleaned it up a little bit, nothing too crazy. Just kind of showing you all the good stuff on it. As you saw earlier, I did put, new battery terminals on it. The rims have been plaster dipped. I'll probably take those off, the plaster dip anyway, at some point, but it's a pretty big undertaking, so I don't feel like doing it yet. Some nitrous bottle. The wing has been deleted. I am a fan of that. I didn't like the stock one, so that's cool with me. So the back looks like now. Picking up some new seats tomorrow. They're just like this, but not ripped. They're gonna be tan leather. Need to get a new center console lid. It's got a sunroof. It's a really fun car. I put the fuel pump in it this morning. It fired right up. It's been doing great. It wants to die at idle sometimes. So, I don't know, it might be a throttle position sensor, inlet air temperature sensor. I need to put the programmer on it, see what kind of codes it's giving me. But it runs great. Got popped for the window tint earlier, so the windows don't roll down. So I need to replace the window regulators, but in the meantime I just unbolted everything in the door and brought the windows down. Can't really pop me so you don't see it. So I'll go back and get it re-inspected. It's got 373 gears in it. I probably would prefer 410, but 373 is no slouch. This is it, guys. Let's start it up for you real quick so you can hear it idle. This is what the cutouts open. See, it does that. If you're in the car and you give it a little bit of gas, it just flattens right out. But considering I've had the car one day when it wasn't running, it had to be trailered to me, I'd call it a win. I've driven it probably 40 miles or so today. Hasn't really given me any issues other than not wanting to idle for an extended period of time. Sometimes. Doesn't do it all the time. But this is the new project, guys. I really like it. I'm going to be taking this one to racetracks and such. Previous owner said that it ran a 13.2 on motor, so we'll see what we can do. I'd like to break into the 12s on motor, you know, 12.9 or whatever, and then see what we can get with nitrous. So we'll play around with the tune and see what we can do. What's up, guys? So today we are heading to the lake house. My parents just bought one, and we were picking up seats that are nearby the lake house. So I'll probably be installing seats in this car. They look exactly what's in there, but they're just not ripped and stuff. And right now I am doing a throttle position
sensor. It's right there. It's not idling, one. And two, I have a check engine light for a wide open throttle AC cutoff that's faulty. And from what I've read online briefly, I think that it gets its signal from this. So that could be causing my AC issue also. So it's just 2 screws, 1, 2, take the clip off, take that off, put this on, screw it back on, that's it. So I'm gonna get to work on that and I'll turn this back on later on. All right, it is on. Let's see if it fixed the idle. Although I pulled up and the idle was fine. Like I said, it's not all the time, so. So far, but that doesn't mean anything. Let's try the AC. Maybe the AC magic started working. I feel cold air. It'd be nice. Well, clutch isn't on. Well, that didn't fix the AC issue, so. Alright guys, well, I'm gonna turn this off. I'll turn it back on later. Got my new seats right here. That's the top of the back one. Don't really know how to get these off, but it can't be that hard, so I'm just gonna wing it and do it. It came with a power seat bottom. I already have one in this car, so I'm gonna see what I can do about making the passenger seat power. I'm probably not going to do it right now because I'm at the lake house and only have limited tools and resources available. But I'm going to get started on these seats and I'll show you when I got some progress. So I got the seats all out. Thought I'd do a direct comparison for you real quick. This is the passenger seat. It's a stock one. This is the one I'm replacing with. They're in similar shape, but this one's a lot more cleaned up. This is the stock upper back seat. Skim is in pretty good shape, just cleaned up more. My dog decided to throw up on the way over here, so sorry, super gross, I know, but that's the stock bottom seat. This one actually looks a lot plumper on the sides. The bolsters or whatever, so that should be good. And then you can see the driver's seat is in a lot better condition. I have the power bottom for it. Probably just gonna take this guy off and put it on there because I know it works. I'll show you the inside real quick. It wasn't too gross. I didn't really find too many surprises. Screws, a couple pieces of paper, some goggles, and like a nickel and dime and a penny. Alright guys, let me get back to work. So I got 3% battery, so hopefully this video isn't cut out. Well, it is done guys. Looking pretty sharp. The frame on the back seat unfortunately was different, so I had to like take a bolt out on each side and pull off the cushions and put it on the old frame. But there it is. It is all in. It looks so much nicer in here. I can't wait to get the new cover there and do something about the steering wheel. It's looking good. Alright guys, well I guess that's gonna do it for this video. Until next time, thanks for watching, thanks for commenting, thanks for subscribing, thanks for a thumbs up. I look forward to seeing you again.